who would like to ask Lauren the first question?
Lauren, I saw you lose in qualifying, and now you're beating the defending champion. So how do you describe your Wimbledon journey so far?
Yeah, it's definitely been incredible. I was super disappointed having lost last round of qualies, but I found out less than 2 hours later that I got into main, and was ecstatic about that. It's honestly a dream being here. I played qualies last year, so I wasn't able to come here, but yeah, it feels amazing.
Lauren, you really took it to her today, over 40 winners. What did you feel like was working particularly well, and just how are you feeling out there with your game and movement and everything?
Yeah, Angie's definitely pretty tough to play. She makes a ton of balls, like a human backboard, but it was definitely a tough match, tough challenge. But I knew going in that key was to change the pace, and I had a bit difficulty like finding a happy medium between being aggressive and working the point and making a lot of balls. But yeah, I definitely found that, and it was good.
How would you describe your level of surprise at the outcome today, if at all?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I was surprised because I always believe in myself. She's obviously an incredible champion, and I respect her. I have immense respect for her, but I definitely believe in myself and believe that I can hang with these girls and beat them. So.
Why do you think you're playing as well as you did today?
Why? Because I've worked hard. Definitely worked hard to get here, and yeah, put in the hours and did a good job of playing within myself and staying calm and taking advantage of the opportunities when I had them.
You've had some highs and some lows in the last few years. I'm curious just what you think that's down to, big picture, and what it feels like to be on a high now. Just sort of catch us up from what's been going on with you since you went Auckland or something. Sense.
Yeah, that's tennis and that's life, but there's definitely been tons of highs and lows, but it's definitely made this and competing at this level all the more fulfilling, and I definitely appreciate it a lot more than I used to.
A few years back, Novak Djokovic brought out a book about diet in tennis. Your dad wrote the specialist introduction. Can we deduce from that you've had a lifetime in tennis where diet has been absolutely central to making the best of yourself?
Yeah, not always. Just like with any kid and parent relationship, for years I didn't listen to him. Kind of just went through one ear, not the other, to be honest. But it wasn't until I started researching these things for myself and seeing how they affect the way that I feel and my energy and all that I really started taking this seriously. So I'm actually taking a nutrition course online, and it's definitely one of my passions. And yeah.
Have you changed anything in your diet as a result of what you've researched and learned?
For the most part, I just try and eat organic, and I have times when I go gluten-free, vegan, whatever, but obviously with traveling it's very difficult. So I'm not too strict on it, as long as I just stick to eating a lot of fruits and veggies, and I just found that that's when I feel my best.
Well, when you talk about having the highs and lows and all that sort of stuff, in the last couple of years, were the lows more results oriented, just about not getting the wins that you wanted or the tournament results that you wanted, or are they injury related? Talk through that a little bit.
I've been pretty blessed to not have any major injuries throughout my career. I think my stature definitely helps with that. But yeah, first beginning of my career and through the first half, I was young-minded, and definitely put a lot of pressure on myself and tons of expectations that kind of just took me into some lows. So it's just learning to manage those, and at the end of the day, as long as I'm enjoying myself on the court, I think that's what's most important to me.
You've had a lot of tape on your, in qualifying, still a lot of tape too. I'm just curious how you're feeling physically, and clearly you're playing well through it. Just what's going on there?
I feel good. Tape is a lot worse than it looks. It's just a little soreness with my meniscus on my left side, but it's really just prevention at this point, especially being on the grass where it could be slippery potentially. So
Lauren, at any point in the match, did the match against Halep in Melbourne cross your mind at all?
Once actually. Thought came in and then out, but yeah, it was a good match, and I believed I could do it. So
What are your thoughts about Coco Gauff's accomplishment through 2 rounds here?
yeah, she's incredible. I hit with her when she had just turned 14 I think it was last year, and I told my coach, I'm like, this girl is amazing because she hits the ball like Venus, like same pace and everything. But like most importantly, I would talk to her over the changeovers and get to know her a little bit, and she's a really, really good girl. So I support her all the way for sure.
What did you learn about her besides that she's a good girl?
I don't really remember. It was over a year ago, but yeah. She's just like easy to talk to, nice girl.
I think I saw in the off-season that you practiced with Kevin Anderson.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the bigger height differences in practices for a while. I'm just curious, like what that was like in playing with a top ATP player like him, and there seems to be a lot more of those kind of practices happening on tour now. These top ATP and WTA players mixing up. So I'm just curious how that happened for you.
Yeah, Kevin's a nice guy. I work with Jay Bosworth sometimes, and Kevin works with Jay. So, but he lives in Delray, and I live just a little bit north of him. So that's how like the connection was formed. But yeah, always enjoy hitting with Kevin. He obviously hits a big ball and a big serve. One time he had a kick, and it went over my head. So I have to stand on like the service line when he serves a kick serve. But yeah, it's definitely fun.
Lauren, just kind of I guess a basic question, but what does a win like today over Angie, the quality of opponent, plus being the defending champion here at Wimbledon, what does it mean to you?
It means everything, because this is what I strive for. This is what I work for. Yeah, it's still setting in. It's definitely surreal, but yeah, definitely happy with the way that I played, and this is, I'd say, probably the biggest win of my career, especially considering the circumstances, her being the champion last year. But yeah.
Okay, one last question.
Thoughts on your next opponent, Carla? Next, so yeah, just talk through that potential challenge.
Yeah, I played Carla a couple times. Last time I think was about a couple years ago, but she's very difficult to play. She makes a lot of balls, and she works the ball really well. And a great competitor. So I'm looking forward to the challenge.
What's the key for you against her?
Play my game, play within myself, not go for too much, but just find the balance between being aggressive and taking advantage of my opportunities when I get them. I think that's definitely very important.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.